just were with her, but I don't know who was rude to her.
Well, that leaves Brynn, Sai, or Jessel. I mean, just by process of elimination.
I'll just say this. If Jessel was rude, I don't think it was on purpose. I don't think she ever means to be, like, rude, you know?
Right. She's sweet.
Yeah.
Did you love BravoCon?
I did, but it is, man, it is.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's like, I was like, parts of my body that I didn't know would hurt. Like, I was so tired. But then you get this energy at the end. Like, I remember the last night had some appearance at some club, and I was like really going after it and having fun because I got this energy, this like second wind. And then I got back to my room and I was like, okay, now like wheel me out of here and get me home. You know?
You're like, it's going to be over soon.
And it's like not even draining in the sense that like I'm drinking all day and partying because there's none of that. You're just like,
you're working.
Maybe there's one cocktail, but you're like on. So much talking.
It's smiling. A lot of talking. Were you, yeah.
But I loved it.
Talking.
I did love it. This BravoCon makes it worthwhile because people are so excited and they are so, they're so joyful. That's a great vibe.
Yeah, it's a great
to like
vibe.
Go off of. And then it's like all these people that are saying all these nasty things aren't really real because they're not here.
Or they're real, but see, this is what I always say. They will say it, but if they meet you, trust me, they will run down that street and they want that picture and they will be so sweet and you are their favorite housewife to your face. That's how I feel.
Maybe.
Well, one person who wasn't there was Jenna, and she did an interview. She said, she had an event. She had to twiddle her thumbs that weekend.
I can't believe she said that. She was kidding.
She had better things to do. How do you feel about this?
Well, I was bummed she wasn't there. I thought it would have been fun. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I just wish she came.
That would have been nice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is she, because like on Salt Lake, on the, Mary Cosby, I don't know if you watch Salt Lake, she filmed as a friend of, but she just didn't really want to do a lot of things. She sat in the limo and ordered McDonald's.
Funny.
She's very funny. And Andy Cohen even came out and said, like, look, we love you, but I don't think this is really sustainable over so many years, over seasons if you just don't want to participate. Like, is Jenna in that category?
No, not that bad. She's not that bad. She'll show up. And she goes out of her, she went out of her comfort zone staying at my house, right? We saw her go back to her comfort zone a couple times, but I don't think she's that, like, on that level.
She likes to participate.
Yeah. I think she's open. Look, she's told us she never had a girls group, like a group of girlfriends. She never had that. So must be very new for her.
And it's like, I asked you what you learned about yourself. Like, it is, it's maybe a great, like, she might be sitting home right now and saying, wow, like, look what I've been missing, or like, this has really changed me, or look what I'm getting out of this. Like, it's all could be a positive thing,
And
right?
I'll say we've all really, like, we are a group of girls. Like, we really are close. Like, we hang out often. And she's part of that group. So, like, clearly she's opened up in that way.
Why did Ubah say at the reunion, I was trying to think who said it. Why did Ubah say, like, you, Sai, and whoever else, it was either Jessel or Brynn, didn't want Jenna on the show?
Literally made no sense. I remember exactly, I know exactly what she's talking about. She's talking about the night where Cheesegate was born. I wish it was cheesecake. And we were really close with one of our producers, and we were like FaceTiming with them, popping champagne. We were just like being silly, and they told us about her, and we were like, huh? Like, how did that, like, because she was such a departure from like everybody else, and she's Jenna, and like she's got this big career. So we were just like, that's interesting. Like, I don't see how that is going to gel. Like, are we all going to connect? We didn't know. We didn't know. I really did not know Jenna, and I did not expect to feel like as close with her as I did throughout the season. I really didn't. And I would never care to be close with someone because I didn't even know who she was. Like, not to be a bitch, but I didn't know. I didn't know who she was.
I didn't really know either. And then when I knew, I actually interviewed a ton of because I interview like actual fashion designers and stuff too, like they all said the same thing. They were like, oh, like I was telling them, what do you think of Jenna joining?
Right.
They were all like, no, that can't be true.
Right.
they're like Nicole Miller, like people like that. They were like, that's not real. And I'm like, this is what I do for a living. I'm telling you, it's real.
Yeah.
And there was no shade. They were just like,
Yeah, like
wow,
it wasn't
we
shady.
just
That's what
don't
it was.
get
It wasn't shady. It was
Yeah.
just like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
That's it.
Literally, it was the same reaction
Yeah.
from like tons of people in fashion.
Yeah.
They're like, we're just, wow, okay. Like,
Yeah. That's
we
what it was.
don't see it,
was
but great.
Literally not meant to be like, no, if she does a show, we're not doing it. Like it was none of that. But I get what, like, I think Ubah was trying to let all the steam out. Like she was trying to just blow off steam. And she was interrupted a few times and she was getting really, I think it like made her more heated, you know?
She had a lot of steam. What about, people, this was a thing over the summer, Andy Cohen was, I don't know the context behind it. He was in, I think Again said he has a house there, we know.
Yeah.
We're all in the
They live
Hamptons in the
close,
summer.
close to each other.
So that was it. So, but he was at a brunch or a breakfast or a coffee with Jenna and posted it. For all I know, they could have run into each other, but this took on a life of its own on social. Like,
Did?
for a minute, like Jenna's Andy's favorite, Andy's place Fitch.
I mean, I don't know that it's like, but by the way, you know what's so interesting? This whole concept that Andy is the one who makes all the decisions. Like there's a whole team, like they all decide. Like give him a break, But
Totally.
But they were friends before. I mean, like I didn't know him, and she like they ran in the same circle. So it's not weird that he would feel like the most comfortable with her,
I agree with everything.
I think it makes sense.
People talk to Andy about Vanderpump Rules. I'm like, do you realize that he has nothing to do with that
Literally.
show? Like, there is a confusion out there, yes.
Yeah, like people, just so you know, if you want to get angry, you get angry at all of them. Like it's not Andy's fault. He's not just him.
Right. Like he doesn't unilaterally have the only decision of who stays and goes.
But I don't know if, did you read his book?
Which one?
Oh, Daddy Diaries?
Yeah.
So it was so surreal reading it and seeing something about us. Like I didn't expect to. I just thought it was a fun book. I actually really liked it, and I don't normally like that layout or that format, rather.
Right.
Like the diary type. But it was good. I thought it was really good.
What shocked you about seeing stuff about you guys?
Because he was like talking about how he woke up in the middle of the night and had this idea for Housewives and like how to save it. And I'm like, holy shit. And then that's us. Like, isn't that, it's just like wild.
Yeah.
It blew my mind. But so the credit I'm giving him is that this really was kind of a genius move on his part. It's like the best city in the world. I mean, I'm partial, but I really believe that.
I split my time. I've been to 56 countries. New York is literally the best city in the entire world.
It's like the OGs were incredible. And I will never, ever say anything otherwise because I think they're incredible. I think they're still incredible. But there was like a time gap. There's a lot of stuff going on, as they sort of grew up. And like we're in the middle of that stuff that's going on. It's completely different. It's just a different era.
Yeah, like it's a different era of New York as a city.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know, we do things differently. We think about things differently. Not that they thought about things in the wrong way or the right way. It's not about that. It's just different. And I think it was a brilliant move on his part.
Yeah, I mean, it is
and
now
risky.
Very risky. I mean, people sat around, myself included, where you had these predictions of like, first of all, I've said this on the show, I didn't hate season 13 the way the whole world did.
Right.
Maybe it's just because I am a New Yorker, so I was like, I don't see what's so, we've had worse franchises and worse seasons. But